into some of these things, so I wouldn't want to just repeat and just because of time. But however, software development itself, you know, when you say, for instance, I know some of us, we have our mobile devices, we've used some apps, maybe we've maybe watched TV, for instance, maybe a smart TV. You see the YouTube, what's it called, app there, right? All those things are products of software development, right? A group of people came together, built something using programming languages, using different methodologies and all this stuff. They came up with something to make your life easier, right? That's what software development entails. And we have several aspects of software development as well. We have the web guys, we have the mobile guys, we have the back end guys, we have the full stack guys, they do both front end, back end, we have the UI UX guys as well, and a whole lot of them. DevOps, they are all there, you know. So another thing we're going to be talking about is the UI UX guys. Just like Mr. Victor, rightly said, right? There are people who design these interfaces, right? You don't just come up with um, something because I want to design maybe an application now, right? For this program. I don't just come up with anything. You have to think about a lot of things. You have to do your research. What's the demographic of people that will be coming around, right? What would they like? How would they access these things? Is there going to be someone with, okay, so for instance, I'll give you an illustration now, right? Um, have you ever noticed that maybe when you go to hospitals or some certain organizations, you discover that there could be a normal staircase and you see this slanted staircase beside it, right? That's meant for accessibility, right? So if you see someone who is disabled, you want to push it, you don't want the person to be climbing the staircase now, right? So these are some of the things that they think about before coming up with the user interface that is then designed, and then the programming guys, the software guys come around and turn that thing into something functional, right? So that's an aspect of UI UX. There are lots of stuff there. We have for big companies, we have even motion designers and all those kind of things. So for instance, let's say you use an Apple device. Apple is big on animations, for instance. You click something and it just slowly moves to the side and you feel, oh wow, this is nice. All those things were designed by people as well, right? So we have the cyber security. I wouldn't even dwell more on this because the name is self-explanatory, right? So it's like they are just the soldiers, the army guys that protect us from problems, right? And if you look at the world today, you discover that there's a lot of young guys, there's a lot of this, there's a lot of that, and stuff like that. These guys protect your application, protect your software, protect you as a user from all these various attacks and stuff like that, right? So the next thing is data science. Now, I'll give you a simple illustration. We build an app, someone comes aboard, signs up, an app to solve your business need, for instance, right? Someone comes aboard, signs up, you have users, you have this, fine, it's going fine. But you don't have insights to what you can do with that information, right? So I believe that we would have seen things like charts like what's the projection for the next year? You understand? You would have seen charts like maybe is financial project. I'm not a data analyst, anyways, but you should have seen things like that, right? So these are some of the functions of data science. They give you insights to what your data actually means, right? That data in its raw form, to some extent, does not make sense for some businesses, right? You need to be able to interpret that data to become something meaningful to business guys, right? So that's one of their functions. Then we have the cloud and infrastructure services like AWS, GCP, and a whole lot of that, right? Then we have the AI and machine learning guys. That's the buzzword right now. We have AI agents, MCP servers and the likes, right? So AI agents, I'll just say AI now. AI is here to make your life easy, right? So I know that sometimes there's this trend of, oh, will AI take our jobs? Will AI do this? No. AI is just a tool. That's the way I like to look at it, right? It's a tool to make your life easier, right? So I'll give an illustration. So back then, people were scared when computers came out, calculators. Oh, it's a face out mathematicians and all this kind of stuff, right? Still have mathematicians. People go to school to study mathematics, right? And they use calculator to make their life easier. You don't have to. It doesn't mean so. The problem now would be that people who are not willing to adapt and go with the trend will be phased out. Because if you're a mathematician, for instance, and most likely you go for a job interview and they ask you, oh, have you used a calculator before? And you say no. So you are telling me as a business owner, I would employ you, and you have some financial stuff, and you now be manually writing one plus two, and no, now things have changed, and you have to also change with the way things are going. Then we have the product and project management, right? So when you have a team of like software developers, they need to be managed, right? There has to be a process to these things. There has to be a way you split, this. Let's say we want to build something, right? Now, these things have to be broken down into bits. This is the deliverable for this week. This is the deliverable for next month, right? There has to be a way to manage the team. People don't just come around and, oh, I do this, I do this, I no, no, it will be total chaos, right? So product and project management also, encompasses that and lots more. So I won't dwell too much on it, but I believe, you know, uh, you might learn one or two things in addition to what my guy said earlier, right? So I don't know why this is here, but I think I mixed up the slide somewhere. So sorry about that. So let me just move on here. So how to go global? Because right now we are also talking about tapping into the global economy and the global system, right? So a lot of people believe that when you say you go into IT, right, the next minute you are already earning dollars, you are working with Google, you are working with AWS and stuff like that. It doesn't happen just like that, right? Rome isn't built in a day, right? There are steps, there are processes that you follow. That's one of those things, right? So let's just dive into some of those points that I wrote there. The first thing is learn, gain knowledge, and on your skills, right? Now, I think I was discussing with someone maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, something like that, right? So it was about all this money, 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 and all these things. No money, like how do I say it? But the thing is, um, people don't understand that a lot of times, right, the amount of money you earn to some extent, right, is directly proportional to the value you can offer, right? People don't just wake up and pay you for nothing, except maybe you are a politician's son or something like that. I don't know, but you wouldn't want to go and work in an organization. You get employed and they'll just be throwing money at you without working. It's not possible, right? So the first thing you need to do to tap into that global economy is to learn. You need to learn and gain knowledge, right? Another thing would be to earn globally recognized certifications, right? So I will give an illustration. Let's say I wouldn't want to mention any name of any school or something like that. But let's say someone finishes from Harvard, right? We would have maybe most likely heard about Harvard lawyers and all those things, right? And someone finishes from a local school somewhere, right? The possibility or the chances for someone finishing from Harvard to get a very good job offer is actually higher than someone who went to just a random school, right? And it's not because necessarily the person is much more brilliant than the other person that went to a particular certain school, right? It's just because there are some schools that are globally recognized. Same goes to your certifications, right? There are some certifications that are globally recognized, right? And you have to also look at that as well, right? Then number three here would be start locally. Like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. There are processes to these things. And another thing is you own your journey. So never compare your journey with another person's journey. Someone can get into tech today and in a year time, right, the person is working with maybe some of the biggest companies in the world, right? That doesn't mean because you've been in tech for 2 years, right, it doesn't mean you're a failure. You're not. It's your journey. Embrace your journey. That's the truth about it, right? And another thing is, in as much as you are looking for global opportunities, start locally. Like I said earlier, when people see your value, they will come for you and they will reward you for the value you are actually, giving out, right? Start locally. Don't despise, your humble beginnings and you're saying, oh, I can't build in Nigeria, I can't do this, I can. These things are just excuses, right? Continue building. Just keep building. Keep learning. Join groups, join communities, contribute to open source projects, right? Just keep building, keep trying. You never can tell. I think there was reference to Mr. Tosin and your learn that money point. He didn't go and start he didn't build money points outside of the country. He built it within the country, right? Investors came from outside the country to invest in his company, right? So if you had said, oh, I'm going to Delaware to start building, right? There are big tech firms there. Do you want to compete with Stripe? There are other big things there that your idea and all the when you enter some spaces, you discover that some of these, especially those Asian guys, they are extremely intelligent. What do you want to say? What do you want to do? Right? But start building locally. It's a gradual process, right? The more you build, the more value you offer. And sometimes it attracts the right people and they'll come for you as well, right? So the fourth thing would be for you to network, right? Platforms now that you can use to network, you don't have to necessarily network alone locally, right? It is very important. Physical networking matters because people can get you into rooms your CV cannot get into. That's the honest truth about it, right? But build your network. Go to LinkedIn, create a profile. Start engaging the community as well. You never can tell when that opportunity will come for you. And one thing I would like to say here would be your soft skills, right? A lot of times people overlook these things, right? They tell you, oh, you just have to be technical, you just have to be this, sometimes it goes way beyond your technical capability. Your soft skills really matter. How do you communicate with people? There are brilliant engineers, and I'll give an instance, right? There was sometimes I think about, was it up to, I don't think it's up to a month now. We laid off one engineer in the company I work with, right? Technically, it wasn't sound, I won't lie to you, right? But the truth about it is, one of the biggest problems he had was communication, right? Which had nothing to do with his technical skills. Are you someone people would want to work with? If you are not, then you're doing something wrong. Thank you so much. So I need to run through this. Another thing would be that you should be consistent. Stay hungry and keep growing. I think this is self-explanatory. Never give up. Just keep building. Just keep building. Be intentional about your visibility as well, right? Create a brand for yourself, right? Then build a digital portfolio for yourself. Life is digital. I don't think this day and age, you are coming, you want to get into the ecosystem. I'm not saying you shouldn't print cards, right? But there is a limit to where your card can get to. But your portfolio can be shared anywhere, right? So build that and grow, right? So getting started in these things, right, you can use free resources. Right now we even have information overload right now, right? There are lots of resources out there that you can use to equip yourself, right? Tap into free code camp, Coursera, YouTube, roadmap. During your spare time, take a course, right? Don't mind the 5,000 naira on Udemy that you want to pay 7,000 naira. Just do it, right? You never can tell when that stuff will be useful for you. Join communities as well. Build real life projects to gain confidence. So one thing I usually tell people is this, right? Before you can excel when it comes to tech, right? Think about the problem you are facing. When you think so, let's say you are unable to, maybe the person who built a car, for instance, right, would say that, oh, maybe I want to get from point A to point B faster. That's a personal problem. And he talked about the solution, brought it to life, and right now it's being celebrated, right? Think about something that affects you personally, right? Maybe, for instance, you always find it hard to arrange your groceries or to track your payments, or maybe when money comes in, you just spend money anyhow, stuff like that. Just create a simple Excel sheet. How can I track my finances, right? That is a problem you're solving. From there, you get ideas, right? Build real life projects to gain confidence. Then create a clear roadmap to guide your learning journey, right? Like I said earlier, your journey is unique to you. Two people don't share the same life experiences, right? Your journey is unique to you. Build on it, right? And create a clear roadmap to guide your journey. I want to say this. The first one will be that responsibility is your superpower. Take charge of your life. Nobody will come and take charge for you. Nobody will just come, oh, I will appear like someone or something like that, and I'll just offer you one job in Google. It doesn't work that way. It is left to you to determine what you want to make out of your life, right? Focus on consistency, not speed. Not everybody has the same learning capability or capacity. Learn at your own pace, right? And be consistent about it. It's not about you being motivated and you read for 10 hours every 2 months. Your 30 minutes every single day for 2 months is greater than 10 hours at a stretch, right? Consistency is key. Another thing would be that you should document your learning journey, right? A lot of times our brain can only do so much, right? We're thinking about this, we're thinking about this. You might not be able to remember some things you've done before, but put it to pen and paper. Put pen to paper, however they say it, right? Write it down, jot it down. It even serves as a reference for you because let's say today you are unable to understand, maybe 2 days, 2 weeks ago, you did not understand what IT is, right? Now you understand, right? Write it down. 3 months time, you will come back to that same place and discover that what you know now is greater than what you knew 3 months ago. So write it down. Yeah. Network globally and say yes to internships, volunteering, and open source. Right? A lot of times people say, oh, if it's not paying me, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. There are times that you need that industry experience to open your eyes to a lot of hidden things. Right? You just saying, oh, I just learned HTML, CSS, so yeah, start paying me 1.5, 1K, 3K, and it doesn't work that way, right? Gain experience. Apply for internships, right? Internships are, let me even give you a secret. It's a big deal because I would rather in a company recommend an intern than bring an external person on board, right? Because it's costly to hire someone. Whether you like it or not, it is costly to hire someone into a company. So internships are pipelines as well for hiring because it means that you don't have to wait 3 months probation period to fully understand the capabilities of this person, whether you're going to retain this engineer or not, right? If you worked as an intern within 3 months or 6 months, I will know your capability. And if there's a need to recommend you, for instance, let's say you bring someone new on board, right? You need to go through an onboarding process, right? If you're already an intern working on that same project, right, there is no point in now introducing you afresh. You already understand how things are done in the company. So internships are a great way to even breaking into the tech ecosystem. So don't just say no to internship. If you are not paying me, I'm not doing this. No, 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 right? Then another thing would be that take action, stay curious, and start now. You start now. Stop giving excuses. Start now. Take actionable steps. And God bless us all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ayoba. That was profound. Can we give a round of applause again? You know, I was just thinking it here. But it's not done with us because it's coming back right now. No questions in our hearts. We wish we could respond back to the things he has said. So this is an opportunity to get back to them. And on our list we have 3 of them. Okay, so this is the first time I'm meeting him, and that was very profound. We are having Mr. Adiola. We have Mr. Charles Omoshegbon. I have known him before now. We call him Chief. Yeah, we call him Chief. And we have our own very powerful brother, Brother David Ajayi. I want to read their profile to us so that you know the people that you're meeting. I just gave us a brief the other time when he came up so that I will leave the rest for later. Please, can we help with setting up the space? Okay, we just need 4 chairs. We are having 3 panelists. So let me read to us. I want the chairs to be ready so that I will call them. So first on our list, I want to maybe call them out as they take their seats. First on our list is Mr. Charles Omoshemo. Can we give him a round of applause as he comes on? Mr. Chief, please come up. You can come and take your seat, sir. So Mr. Charles Omoshemo is an award-winning senior software engineer. He's an entrepreneur. He's a passionate mentor. That one I know him for. He's the co-host of Tech Exploit with Sabi Programmers and is currently building an AI-powered digital marketing automation hub. I think you'll give. He is known for his commitment to empowering the next generation of tech talent across Africa. One of the things that is known in this list is that he is a seasoned mentor and tutor for 3MTT, which is a federal government project. Like, I met him there, and honestly, it's a blessing to have. Can we give him a round of applause again? And next on our list is, I'd love to call Mr. David Ajayi. He's our own very brother. Mr. David Ayodeji Ajayi is a dynamic software engineer and a visionary entrepreneur with a passion for leveraging technology to drive impactful solutions. He is the CEO of SchoolRace. How many of us knows that SchoolRace is one of the, I would like to call it top tech entrepreneur firm we have here in Ondo State that majors in the educational sector. Is someone that so thrives in giving solutions, which is a cutting-edge edutech platform designed to streamline school management for educational institutions. Since its launch in 2022, SchoolRace has successfully onboarded 10 active subscribers, demonstrating its growing influence in the sector. He is also a co-founder of A.E, which is an initiative venture focused on climatic change and environmental sustainability. Yeah, these are startups that I'm very familiar with, so I know how great they are. Mr. Davis' leadership and entrepreneur as excellence has earned him several awards, as he was recognized by the Ondo State government as one of the most innovative entrepreneurs in the state in 2024. Just this last year, he was given an award by the governor, our current governor. He is also a distinguished alumnus of the Tony Elumelu Fellowship. If you know what that means, you will clap more. It's not being a Tony Elumelu fellow is not beans. I'm telling you, it's not beans. It's a very powerful thing to be. He's also a member of Faith Foundation and a Young African Leadership Fellow, embodying a commitment to leadership and innovation on the African continent. You know, one funny thing about all of them in this ecosystem is they are always very humble, sincerely. When I was reading the other time, it was almost when I was like, oh God, that was it. They are always very humble. So don't be deceived. Don't be deceived by that. And lastly on our list, we have Mr. Diola by himself. Please can you feel as you take the seat. Mr. Adiola Bada is a senior backend engineer and a team lead with over 5 years of experience building scalable, secured, and high performance backend systems. He has contributed to a wide range of projects involving API development, payment integration, real-time communication, and backend infrastructures. He currently holds engineering leadership roles at Siki Systems, Wash It App Limited, and Culture Connect, where he has played a key role in developing POS systems, warehouse fulfillment platforms, and financial transactions models. With a background in civil engineering and a self-taught journey into software, he brings a practical and well-rounded perspective to product development and team management. Can we give him a round of applause? These are mind-blowing people. So you're welcome. We are so glad to have you here. Right now, we want to ask them some few questions, which we believe are questions in our heart. It looks as if they are up there, and some of us are asking, where we like. When you see them, sometimes you just want to be discouraged and let me not even start at all, because it looks like you have a long way to go, and that is why we bring them forward so that we can ask them some questions. So I will ask them one by one. We have just few minutes to do that. So I'll start with Mr. Adiola. And the first question we have here was that what was your first breakthrough moment in your tech journey? And how did it change your confidence or mindset? When did you you did that thing that you could call a breakthrough, and how it affected your mindset, your confidence within the ecosystem, sir?
Thank you so much for that question. Um, so I would say that I have two, and they are kind of linked in a way. So I did not actually come from a computer science background or computer engineering background. I actually studied civil engineering, and my first introduction to tech was a personal real estate, idea that came to my mind. And for me to actually build that initially, even though it wasn't what I currently work on right now or currently build or stuff like that. But that's one moment that I could sit down and come up with something, right? I think it was a breakthrough moment for me. And I think the second one that was linked to that was when I got my first international internship opportunity, right? So it was based on a couple of projects that I kind of like worked on, right? And I applied for this job, you just take that bold step and stuff. And the recruiter from Germany called me, right? And that was my wow moment. That a small boy from somewhere, could just get that offer, and that was what changed my entire mindset. That I know that there's something in this for me, and God has been helping us ever since. Thank you.
The when, between when you just that kind of time frame.
Okay, so I think the real estate project was in 2018, right? And I got that internship late 2019. So it was like how many years? Just like 1 plus years interval, something like that.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, are we okay with that? Next, I want to engage Mr. Charles. Yeah. And the question we have, what makes a beginner stand out when applying for internship? Like, you're just starting learning as a junior roles, even without having a computer science degree. What makes you stand out when applying for internship roles or junior jobs without a degree in computer science?
Thank you very much, sir. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, can you please come up with a question again, sir?
Okay. I said, what makes a beginner stand out when applying for internship or junior roles, even without a degree in computer science?
All right, thank you, sir. So, that question, I think that is part of my own journey. I didn't study computer science. I studied business administration at Direectorate of Entrepreneurship University. So, my My first internship was at um, one company then in Lagos. So I actually didn't have a CV, I didn't have anything. But one thing I had then was a project that I built. The project is, I've forgotten actually. Yes, so I built the project. Then they were like, okay, no problem. They love what they see and said, okay, um, we can start with something with you. Come on board. Let's see how you can develop with us, and then see if at the end of the day we can say, okay, we want to retain you and start working with us, and then boom, it's worked. Yes. So what I would just say is, even without you learning or studying computer science in your school, in fact, even if you're studying computer science, I'm very sure that uh, they are not given the practical side of the course. So even if you study the computer science in school, it will be another privilege for you to go for extra training where they can teach you the practical side of what you learned in school. So you, after you learn, then you come with a project that you feel like if you showcase this to anybody, they will feel like, yes, we should be able to work with you. Uh, that is, I think, what works for me then. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So if we get that right, building real life projects, even if they are not that big, as intern is very, very important. Now to Mr. David, how important is it for beginners to think like problem solvers and not just skill learners? How important is it for us as a beginner to think towards solving problem and not just the learning mindset alone?
All right, thank you, sir, for that question. I think um, it is extremely important that learning a skills is very good. It will give you the tools, like you have the tools. But when you think like a problem solver, it gives you purpose. So it will be something that drives you, begin to drive you. And for me, moving into this career path is driven by something that has been on my head to do around edutech. So right from start, I've been thinking about how can I do this. So the difference is clear with this analogy. I have a friend who is very good, but he doesn't have a project in code that's really driving him. But give him many tasks, he will do it and deliver. It doesn't do anything. But for someone who has a purpose, and I'm speaking for people who are just starting, as you are writing the code, as you are learning your data, as you are doing everything, begin to think on the problem you want to solve. That purpose will drive you. So it will be you want to know more, you want to do more, you want to really satisfy yourself, your desire for the project. So it helps you to keep learning. So I think it's a goal. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was light. I'll go back to Mr. Charles. How does someone move from just learning tech to becoming employable in the industry? Just from that junction of a learner to becoming employable, that pathway.
Yeah, thank you. Once again, from learning to become employable, one thing I want you to understand is you can't just wake up and feel like, yes, I've learned this thing and I want to be part of social company, or you want to be part of social organization or so. After you learn your after the training, of course, there are a lot of things that you should do also before a company can deem fit to employ you to their team. Now, I once worked with a company in the UK, Asia Corporation, yes. So while I was working with them, I went not just with what I know of head or what I know I can offer the company. I also went there with mind of a problem solver. You understand? So when I went through all their stuff and what they are building, and I was like, okay, no problem. Then I came up with different things that I feel like we should handle, and things I feel like we need to take away and things we need to add to the organization. Meanwhile, before they could say, okay, we want you to be part of us, I have done a background check on the owner of the company. I did my own research about the company and so on before I said, let me apply to this company. At least, though it is not sure that they will hire you or they will employ you, because I'm very sure that you don't have the best CV. Yeah, there are thousands of people that dropped their CV, that submitted their CV. So yours, you might be the luckiest person. And now, when you are the luckiest person, if they said yes, we want to interview you for so role, what are the things they will be asking you? The first thing they will ask you is, what do you know about their company? Now, what can you tell them about their company? What can you discuss to them about the owner of the organization? What are the problems you feel like they are facing in that company? What solution can you offer to the company? So once again, like I said, when I wanted to apply for that company, I didn't went there as a software engineer. I went there as a problem solver, and also I have things I can offer to them. So that is one of the things you should understand very well. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'll be back to Mr. Adiola. Sir, if you were to start all over today with zero skills, what exact will you take in your first 6 months? If you are to start again, start again with zero skill. What are the things you would do? How would you go about it?
Okay, that's a tough one. I don't think I've ever thought about that question before. Uh, if I were to start all over again, right, currently, right now, right, I won't really go through the initial route I took, right. The first thing I would do would be to register with a boot camp, a standard one, something like old school Africa, right. And another thing would be that I would try as much as possible to get a mentor early on in my career journey, right? And the reason for this, it's not, I'm not going to talk about learn this, learn Python, learn whatever it is. The thing is, if you get a mentor, someone you look up to, they've already walked that path, right? So it's easy for them to guide you better. It's easy for them to ensure that, okay, you don't repeat the mistakes they made, right? So it makes that part easy, and I think that would be, the things I would do. I won't say learn Python, learn, no, no, those are the things I think I would do.
Okay. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope we're jotting down. Back to Mr. David Ajayi. What challenges did you face in building your first minimum viable product? And what did you learn? What are the challenges you faced in building your first minimum viable product, and what did you learn from them?
Okay, all right. Thank you for that question. So I'll be talking from a product stories. So
Okay.
what, how we started and lesson learned. What are the challenges? My first challenge is trying to do everything, everything all by myself, all to put every stuff and trying to put all modules together. But I think that one took years. If I could realize that, say, Kai, you need to do it like this. You have to you have to have a team. You have to gather people, share your dream with them, then see how can you come in and be able to come up with a solution. And what we're able to do then was just a single module, results management system. We just picked that module, and I remember the first challenge we had to is how do we now market it? How do people how will people patronize this software, and we're just very young guys. How do we convince them that, see, you have to use this software, it will help your school? So I remember we did a lot, walk around for a year, but we have to still believe that this thing will work and we continue. So one of the problem is entering the market, then doing everything at once. So the lesson learned there is that teamwork. So as we're in this house now, we have different stacks, and I can show you every stack is interwoven. Your people, your data, people in this, people UI UX. You want to build a product now, you need a UI UX designer. If I were you, I will have a partner from this room. We can start thinking of, okay, we have this idea. I need a UI UX person. I need a data person. I need a software person. Yeah, you can come together. It makes the journey very easy. It makes it very easier. So I think these are lessons learned, and thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to tell him to expatiate that doing everything himself so that he can. But I think at the later end, he mentioned it like you're a software developer, you want to do this, you want to do that. I want you just tell us, because some of us here are learners, what we mean by minimum viable products.
Okay, so a minimum viable product is you have that big idea that you want to really for school rest want to manage all aspects of the schools, from admission enrollment to accounting to e-learning to payments. You want to do all of these things, but what you have to start with one first. Just start with one. Just pick. For us, we started with result management. We just do that result management system, and in 2020 we just have a school. We just by a lot of work we just said let us see it, then they're able to buy into it, and that give us confidence that okay, so and the reason is fine, okay, let's do more. Then we begin to add more, and today we have like 7 modules in the software already, from enrollment to accounting, HR, then CBT, and some other modules, even health tracker. So these are features that you just need to be introducing one after the other. So you don't need to do everything at once. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please kindly hand the mic to Mr. Adiola. Now we're taking the final sets of questions. Uh, sir, what soft skills or habits have helped you grow the most? Even more than technical skills, what other skills have really helped you in your growing within the ecosystem? Not basically technical skills.
Okay. Uh, so the first thing for me would be that I never give up, right?
Okay.
So I hardly take no for an answer, right? Let's say that there is a particular thing that I'm trying to do, right? I don't care if it will take me 7 days to do it. I must find the end of that thing, right? So I don't give up, right? That's something. Also, I would say communication, actually, right? Communication is key and is important, right? How you relate with your team members, how you relate with your superiors. There is a way you communicate your thoughts, right? So, for instance, let's say that uh, I want to say something now, and I say stand up, right? And I say, can you please kindly stand up, right? Um, at the end of the day, the result is for you to stand up, right? But I've passed that message in two different ways, right? You would appreciate one, you would not appreciate the other, right? So you must learn how to communicate. Then I would say something that I have learned and I'm learning as well would be branding, right? Market yourself, but you must be strategic. Don't market yourself without having value as well, because there are people in the ecosystem that they are everywhere, and at the end of the day you give them a project and then at the end of the day they fumble and they mess up, right? Market yourself, push yourself out there, always put yourself out there. You can have a ton of ideas, but if you don't learn the skill to put yourself out there. So for instance, I like to give this illustration. Let's say every morning that you wake up, you always hear someone that goes around always shouting, buy a camel, buy a camel, buy a camel. It might be annoying, right, to you. But the day you will need a camel, the first person that will come to your mind is that person, right? So always market yourself. Don't market yourself empty. That's just my answer. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was profound. Sir, Mr. Charles, Chief, what advice would you give someone who is confused between multiple tech paths like coding, data design? What advice will you give to someone who is confused about the path to go with?
Okay, so I don't know if there are people here that wants to do all these things together. If you're here and you're one of them, I salute you. Yes, but this is one thing I will tell you. I'm very sure that this brain cannot contain all these things. Even the people that are doing full stack development, I'm one of them actually, but you are either 70% in the front end and 50% in the back end. You cannot be 100% good in these roles. So if you're confused on the one you should go for, one thing I will tell you is sit down very well. Look at yourself. Are you technical? Are you analytics? Or you are, what else can I mention? If you think you are technical, you can go for something like development, like data, like cybersecurity, ethical hackers, software development, and so on. And if you think you're analytics, you can go for data science, data analytics, or if you're virtual, you feel like yes, I love anything virtual. You can go for UI UX design. All these things will be what you know for yourself that okay, I can do this. And apart from all this, you can be a technical writer, you can be a copywriter, you can be anything, product design, product management, or project management. You don't have to be a coder. Do you understand? So I would just advise you sit down, look at what excites you the most, make your research on all these things. Then, whenever you want to start, please, I always tell my people, any of my students or anybody or any one of them, I always tell them in the beginning of a class, whenever you want to start a training, make sure you go to the training with one, determination, two, passion, and after then, consistency. Thank you, sir. So don't just go to the training just because you want to know this thing. Make sure you're going with all these things that I mentioned. And I'm very sure it will help you. It will help you. It helped me. Do you understand? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sir Chief. And finally, Sir Mr. David, if a young person wants to build something of their own, what mindset do they need to develop early?
All right, so the mindset actually is to really start small. Start with what you can do. Start with what you can do. Start small, but think big. Then you act fast. Because as you are thinking about a product in your head, we have thousands of people who are already thinking about the same thing. So start small. Ensure you have at least one MVP. Then you can just launch. You can just pull it up. Nobody will recognize you at first, but just put it there. Let it be there. Well, with time you begin to have that boldness, confidence. So I will tell you that you just start small. What you have learned, what you will be learning. Start a project, little project. You can hear some of our apprentices said they don't have CV. All what they have is just a project they did, maybe through training. They just have one project. I'm the one that did this, and and I think it's a way to really start small. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So that was really profound. We've learned a lot. We're giving the grace rather to just have a question, just one question. You have any question in your heart right now that you want to ask any of our panelists? The floor is open. Just one question, and if we don't have that, that means we are brilliant. Any question in your heart, anything you want? Okay, so we have someone at the back. Daddy, we are hand of everything.
Okay, thank you for having this session. I've actually learned a ton. My question will go to Mr. Diola. While we were talking, you talked about creating a roadmap for yourself, and I just thought, like, how does it work for an absolute beginner? So, I'm not technical at all. Basically, I know I can only use Microsoft Word barely. So, how do I create a roadmap for something? And okay, I think I might be interested in this.
So I hope we got the question. Please, I would just like to take the second question so that we attend to everything together.
Mine is also very similar to that. I was going to ask, how do you turn your ideas, concepts into a product, especially in this wise?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So the first question concerning roadmap, right? The first thing is you've developed interest in something, right? The next thing to do is to make your own research, right? There is actually no new thing in the world, right? There are people that are already doing that same thing that you want to venture into. So one thing you need to do is research, try to learn, start from the basics, right? Go to Google. What is software engineering, right? You see some resources there, right? Oh, software engineering is this. Oh, so this is what it means. This, that. Go on YouTube, for instance, okay, or search on communities or whatever. You could have, okay, what are the what guys or what people, which people are already in this space? We have tons of them. We have channels like Free Code Camp. We have lots of them, Net Ninja. There are a lot on YouTube. Okay, try to research. What do these people do? What are they saying? Right. And another thing I like to do also would be, for instance, there is this site called roadmap.sh, right? It clearly highlights all the, for instance, software engineering parts, right? And you would see resources, books, courses that you can actually take, right? So there is actually a full roadmap there, right? Pick that roadmap. Okay, what do I want to achieve, right? And it comes from your research. So I'll give an illustration, right? So let's say you want to work with a fintech company as a backend engineer, right? Most likely, the languages you might want to learn would be Node, Go, C Sharp, or Java, right? Those are the things you might want to learn, right? If you want to work in a small to medium scale company, randomly, it could be anything, you might want to learn something like, let's say, PHP, like Node, right? They're also used in, there is no right or wrong language, it's just based on what some existing companies have been using, right? So the roadmap you create, for instance, let's say you want to work in an health sector, is different from the roadmap you want to create when you are working with a fintech company. And I want to believe that some of the panelists might also agree with what I'm saying, right? So you create that roadmap for yourself. So if someone else, your teammates, is learning, let's say PHP or Laravel, right? You might want to learn Java or Spring Boot rather. You understand? So you highlight those things for yourself and follow through. That's the way you create a roadmap. There are general roadmaps out there, but you have to create a roadmap for yourself based off what you want out of, or what you want to achieve out of what you're learning. So I believe, hope this answered your question a bit. All right. Thank you so much. Then the second question from Daddy. I'm a little bit lost.
How do you transfer your concept to the product? Your idea, how does it?
Okay. 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 Okay, so the first thing about the concept is you have a concept, write it down first, right? In any product, I don't think there is any product that always have the full picture. There are a lot of times that there are iterations that we do, right? Based on, oh, I believe that I want to build this product, it's supposed to solve this. When your customers interact with that product, and you discover that, oh, you go back to the drawing board, you have to start pushing out new features, doing this based on that, right? So you don't always have the full picture. And a lot of times you pivot as well. So an instance would be, there's this company called Middleman, right? They started as an escrow service, right? And they discovered that Nigeria I get as a bill. You understand, right? And now they are doing majorly like if I can recall well, they handle payments with China, right, for Alibaba and all those kind of things. So they did pivot. They had an idea, but the market told them something different, right? So you can never have that full picture. But the first thing you can do is write it down. Write it down and talk to the right people, right? I'm not a fan of there are products you build in stealth, right? That's fine, but I'm also not a big fan of okay, do this NDA, NDA, this NDA, that. There are times that when you talk to people, they give you insights. You never can have it all. You can never. I don't know. Maybe some people do, but based on my only 2 years of experience working with companies and stuff, you can never have the full picture, right? So you write it down, talk to the right people. From talking to the right people, you begin to break down some things. Okay, what do I need to do, right? Just like my guy here rightly said, right? You cannot do everything. You can't do the coding, you can't do the design, do the marketing, do everything, whatever it is. Now, you need to also bring people on board. It depends on you actually, but bring trusted people on board, right? People you can lean on. It's difficult, the human factor is difficult, but you have to bring people you can trust on board, right? Okay, I have this idea, I'm a good marketer, right? I might not be able to code this idea out, right? Get someone who is a software engineer. Can you build this product for me? Let's develop a relationship. Are you going to be a co-founder, a technical co-founder, whatever it is, anyhow it is, right? You can get people excited who are excited and interested in the project to come on board. And if you can pay them. That works fine as well, right? From there, you begin to see that that little picture, that big idea, because you've broken it down into pieces, then it begins to take shape, right? From there, you can scale from there. So I believe these are the basic things to do from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So once again, Mr. Charles, Mr. Adiola, Mr. David, it's a blessing to have you. Thank you so much for this rich section. You're welcome, sir.
Like to, on behalf of the house, make some presentations. Can I have Mrs. Akiyomi to please come forward to make some presentations to. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. No, no. Go ahead with us. The first goes to uh, Chief Abi, Charles Omoshebo. Thank you so very much for being a resource to us. We're so appreciative of this. And we'll be glad to call on you anytime. You have seen what we're doing. We don't want to say it's not profit oriented, it's profit oriented. But then, by the grace of God, we'll get there. And we are glad that you could make it today. Thank you so very much once again. We're grateful. Next, um, Deola, Deola Bada. Deola Bada, sincerely, he just agreed to come. And we just felt that, look, if this man is coming and he will have billed us that he has come today, oh, maybe some 5 billion. Thank you so very much. We're so grateful. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And yes, so our own David is a program coordinator for this technology for empowerment, but we don't want to take it for granted. He has been a resource on ground. We are grateful. Thank you very much. Please, we can do better for them. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir. So we, sorry, how many of us are on Instagram? You're on Instagram. How many of us is following RH Creation Hub? You are following. there's a challenge, oh, and there are gifts here. So we are going to check now. If you have more likes on your profile upload, you have your gift. But right away, we'll be doing like an energizer, and there's a gift, and it's just for a few minutes. So there'll be a quiz now display on the screen. If you can scan the code scan, you can join with the link that we provided. Join and just follow it through. It is very so it's just an energizer. Sorry. Okay. So scan this code. If you can scan, or just go to Mentimeter. Just use this code 1272 7551. If you can stand up, just scan that code. You get in on that game. It's very simple. We are waiting for players. Okay, someone is in. Who is that? And you can move closer. Just move closer, scan. But someone is in already. That person has a good camera. Okay, two person, right? Two players. Let me see. No, you can use this. You are in. Four players already. You can use your normal camera, or you can use your Google camera. Anyone. Yeah, just can. Supposed to pick the link. If you just snap, it will ask you to click a link. So, are you in? Yeah, you can use normal camera. You can use your. Why is your Google not bringing camera? Your normal camera. Yes. Just scan the code. We have 6 players. So maybe if we are 10, can go. Let me snap. You can come closer if you want to. Just come closer. It's not scan. Okay. You will just snap. Just snap the code. Okay. If your phone doesn't ask us that capability, go to Chrome. Go to your Chrome. Where's your Chrome? Supposed to have camera. Okay, so go to menti.com. If you cannot access it, go to menti.com. This Menti, menti.com. Just go there, menti.com, and use that code. That's all. If you cannot scan, okay, we have 8 players. What happened? Okay. Menti, menti.com. That's all. Just type the code. The code there is 121 1272 7551. Yeah, just put your name. If you are there, put your name. So see the gift now. Winner is going with a branded T-shirt on behalf of TYA. So if you are the lucky one, we have 12. So please, if you are 15, we can go so that we won't waste time. So if you are not joining, 13. Oh yeah, yeah. Who has not connected? You have not. Just type. Okay, you already typed the code now. Oh yeah, the code. The code is. Let me give you the code. The code is 1272 7551. Join. Yes. Okay, so we are 15. Can we go? Can we start? And you are him. Can we start? Okay, so it will ask you question. Fastest finger, you will see the question on your screen. Just answer it on your phone and move. So we are ready. 17th. Who is out again? Okay. Answer quickly to get more points. So these are the questions. Yeah, 11 got it right. 3 missed. Okay. So let's move. Uh-uh. 10 people Google Drive. Okay. Okay. Move. All right. Okay. 4 4. Okay. 6. All right. Here we can move. Okay. The founder of Amazon. Just use one. You don't know it. Okay. So what's the primary role of an operating system? These are just basic questions. So 13. Okay. Wow. What does VPN stand for? If you win, I won't give you gift. Which protocol is used for sending emails? Wow. All right, so I think we should have less than two questions. Right? Okay. What does AI stand for? Which company owns ChatGPT? Everybody's using it. There's answer. There's answer, girl. The first website ever created is still online. What is it? Okay, just type one word to describe yourself. Just type and let's go. That's final question. So let's see. Someone say good, brave, wonderful, found, love. Who is love? Good, mystery. Yeah, intelligent, amazing. Okay, determined. Wow. Introvert. Who is an introvert? All right. I think this should be the last question. Okay. So who at this point? Who is Tivo? Who is Jem? Jem, you are no Jem, you are not supposed to do now. You are a faculty member. Okay. Quiz leaderboard. Let's see who is leading. Still Jem. Okay. Steve. All right. Wow. So the I think let's celebrate the champion. Jem, Jem, thank you. Sir, should we give faculty members? Okay, so let's give it out to Steve. Okay, Steve, come. I'll also be checking our Instagram and picking. I will pick the person right away who has the highest like on the post. So this is the branded T-shirt. Thanks for participating. Okay, so on the on the Instagram now, let me quickly check who has the highest like. Yeah, on the post. You has to post on the online. Sorry. Oh, okay, so don't let me waste time. I will check that out. So let's move to the next agenda so that I will just announce the winner. So okay, we the our snacks will be going around now. So just let's relax and take the snacks, and let's have our pictures before we now go to breakout. Breakout is that you want to meet your faculty member for the first time, and if you're having challenges with your system, you want to install. There are a lot of things you are not getting, so there will be breakouts. You just meet with them wherever they stay, then and that will be all while you are taking your snacks. Okay, so should we take the group photograph now? Okay, all right. So let everybody just come. Let's arrange this place. Let's have a group photograph. Then from there, yes, there will be six. Thank you so much. So now we will be breaking out to our sessions. It's just my so faculties, but Victor, software development, software, software. You are in software. So where will you be meeting? Will you to adult church? Okay, software. Follow Bro Victor there. UI US. This is a time for you to ask questions, set up your system for virtual classes. Please, while we take our snacks, please serve everybody. Please let everybody take their snacks. Data analysis, right? Sorry. Yeah, data. UI US, yeah. Cyber security. Why in cyber security? Only you. We stack. Data. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so data just stay here. Cyber security, only one person. Just one. You are in cyber security. Okay, just come.